6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes. Very tired, Barry. Before we start on Newcastle news, I've got some awesome news. My boy played football today. He hit the post. He scored his penalty, and they drew 6-6. That's the first time they've drawn a game in God knows how long. Normally they get battered every week, but well done to Jacob's team, the Panthers. Welcome to the review of Newcastle v Burnley. 3 points in the bag, says Leslie. It was. Do the usual stuff, guys. There's no point in me reading all this out. You should know the score by now. But yes, please hype the show afterwards. That is a new thing, and you need to get used to doing that. I need everyone to do it because it really does help, apparently. And I've got loads of things popping up on my screen that I can't get rid of. The joys of having an Apple Mac. Evening, Gary. Evening, Choppy. Gary, Leslie, Choppy. Done. Scott's in the house as well. We've got both of them coming on. I'm really looking forward to talking about a win. Joey, we need to do another fans forum soon. I promise I'll get you back on. Lee's in the house. Blade, we need you back on as well. Side through Salah under the bus. Unlucky for him. We'll talk about that later. Thanks, Edward. The boy was buzzing. He hit the post. He's a defender, by the way. Stroke goalkeeper. Les, you available for coaching keepers? Someone needs to. Well done, Jacob's team. Definitely. Good evening, Jules. Harry, how are we doing? It's good to see you again. Ian, he surely did. Right. Dan, I'll be right back. So I'll bring Scott in first. How are we doing, Scott?
Evening, gentlemen. All right.
See you back. Dan's just going to mosey on away. Blackpool 4, Carlisle 1. Oh, FA Cup. I keep forgetting the FA Cup's being played today. And the draw's tomorrow, I believe. We'll find out who we get. Exciting times. I think Dan's ready.
Hey, lads.
Boop.
Okay, so just a quick update. As people know, my missus is in the UK right now.
She is.
And I am following on. They are currently pub crawling in Edinburgh. And.
Don't.
What?
Don't show it.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, good, because I'm going to.
No, that's fine. No. They're pub crawling in Edinburgh, and currently in the pub are Kyle Walker.
What? No way.
And Hannibal from Burnley.
He was suspended, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So Kyle Walker.
They're on the other side of the bar, but I have selfies with them in the background. So
brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So yes. Good stuff.
And the other thing is, obviously, Kyle Walker's got bored of the birds in Burnley, so now he's trying to shag his way through Scotland.
Well, thankfully, mine is with two of our great mates. So shout out to Martin and Caitlin and the fabulous Mama T wandering around Edinburgh tonight.
I bet she's enjoying herself.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're really good for it. I just need to upload it. You're going to see someone else pop in the screen. Something black very, very soon. It could be Liverpool for the FA Cup.
It could be.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So do it.
Market today.
Yeah. Yep. Lots of good stuff.
I hate it when it does that. Does that. There we go. I've turned it right.
Scotty, how are
you? I'm good, mate. You?
Mr. Devlin.
It's Devlin.
We're doubling Devlins. There you go.
There's no more double denim. It's double Devlin. That's
There
a
you go.
twister, isn't it?
There it is.
Right, there we go. I'm gone now. Right, so yeah, you're obviously the missus is in Scotland. She's enjoying a few pints of Guinness.
Yep.
And the technology these days is absolutely superb because I'm sure you're there with her.
I am. Check out the head on the pint. There I am.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable what they can do with technology these days.
Yeah, they just took a picture.
If it was the barman who drew it in, that would be amazing. But obviously, that's going to be impossible to do. But Superfan Dan is in a pint of Guinness.
Well, that's not to be unexpected.
I love it.
So there you are.
Honestly, it's just crazy that.
Yeah.
Camera is it? Yes, it does.
We gotta talk about that. I'm so jazzed up to talk about that. Not about the pint, but about that last comment because
that'll be the end of the show.
Damn it.
End of the show. That one. We've got to talk about why we're here.
Yes, indeed.
Exactly. Fabulous result in a way. And what? Let's not jump right into it. First of all, we all predicted high-scoring game, didn't we?
I was
4-0. You were 3-1.
I was 3-1. I knew that we were going to give up a cheeky goal, and but yeah.
But yeah, we all thought we're going to give these a pasting. Then I saw the starting lineup and went, "This is going to be harder than I thought." I still thought we would win, but when you take out your engine room like we did, and play 3 players together who have probably never played that much together, let's face it, in Jacob Ramsey, Willock, and Bruno, you're not going to have that fluency in the game, are you?
No.
And that proved it. And also taking Lewis Hall out and putting Dan Burn at left back, which had to be done. I completely understand it because we've got 2 massive games on Wednesday and next week. And that team he put out should be good enough to beat Burnley, who are struggling, and also beating them at home. So I personally, and by the way, he dropped Murphy and he dropped Barnes as well, thinking about Wednesday and the weekend. So this team was a bit of a mismatch put together. And I don't understand why Newcastle fans think we can just walk onto a pitch and walk over a team like Burnley when you've got a team that's hardly played with each other.
Yep.
Do you get what I mean? I mean, so you saw the lineup. We'll start with Dan first. Did you think, we're still going to win 4-0?
No, not at all. No, because I think the last 3 matches have proved how instrumental Lewis Hall's restoration to the side has been. When you say engine room, I'm thinking Lewis Hall. I know when you say the engine room, you mean the central midfield. And I know for us, that's industrious, usually with Big Joe 7 and Bruno and Tonali. When you take that middle 3 and you take away Bruno, or you take away Tonali and Joe Linton, you're sitting there looking at it. Okay, so we got Lewis Miley, who has been playing like mad the last couple of games. Oh, well, he's not going to be in there either. Oh, well, shit. Who else are you going to put in? But at the same time, we've been chatting for a couple of episodes here saying, why aren't we seeing more Jacob Ramsey? Yeah. Why aren't we seeing Joe Willock? When those 2 have come on as substitutes, they've put in a shift. They haven't been world beaters. They haven't been fantastic. I think Jacob Ramsey is still recovering from whatever the injury he had at the beginning of the season, and he's just not sharp. I think he's still got some rust on him. I think Joe Willock is the same. He has had the last 2 years of injuries has been, cumulative for him. And I think just knocking the rust off of him is going to be, a long time coming. But at the same time, he played well the other night. And I was happy to see both of them come on. But as soon as I saw Fabian Schär in central defense with Chow and Dan Burn being pushed off the left, I was sitting there going, okay, so Gordon and Burn on the left without J7. We're going to have Joe Willock out there. I said, this is going to be a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, exactly. Tonali's a world-class player, and you take him off any side, anyone's going to miss him. It's like taking Rodri out of the City.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I think Eddie had an eye on Wednesday because we've got to go away to Leverkusen, and the fact that we came out of our last Champions League match without any points, is something I think everybody at the club is mindful of.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, your thoughts on the lineup?
I think mine really mimics Dan's, to be honest. You could see they've got a bit of ring rust. I think it was enough to beat them. He's definitely got an eye on Leverkusen and the unwashed. So, still did the job.
Oh, I'm going to save that one for later. But yeah, I mean, Lewis Hall had also been ill, which doesn't help. And then we've had illness in the camp. Don't want that spreading. And you don't want to risk him because he has had a serious hamstring injury as well. So I think it was a good opportunity to rest players. And I think Howe jumped on that. And I think he did the right thing with that starting 11, which it's definitely should have been good enough to beat Burnley, maybe by more. I don't know. But it was all about the 3 points for me. Performance to the side is 3 points, 3 points, 3 points.
My question to you, Baz and Scott, was restoring Cher to the back four a reaction to the Chronicle story earlier in the week?
Ooh, good question. Scott first.
Possibly. Did he use it as a chance to change it round as well? Is this Eddie Howe's mind games coming into play again? Do you know, is this just the mastermind of what he does? Yeah, I think it possibly could have been. Yeah, but also he's been given a chance to chuck him back in as well.
Right. Yep. Agreed. Yeah. And he's ever reliant. I mean, it's not something that, it was a gamble. It wasn't a sitting there, he's pissing about, and wanting minutes or anything. We know that if we put Fabian Cher in a starting 11, we're going to get a performance out of him.
Yeah.
So I it wasn't a gamble. I just think I thought it was opportunistic. When you say, Fabs is in the news the day before the press conference saying, I'm not stupid, but I also think it's, I think I've performed well and I don't like being on the bench. Nobody wants to be on the bench.
No,
managers want players that are hungry.
Yeah.
And, he's been a hell of a servant over 7 years. Again, everybody, when you've been a fan for as long as the three of us have, everybody says Rob Lee, pound for pound, best signing that the club has ever made. I would argue if we had to update that statistic, it would be Fabian Cher for £2.5 million to have gotten what we've gotten out of Fabian Cher over the last 7 years has been phenomenal.
Just for this one, Jules, you're absolutely spot on, but they won't moan if it's the players that they want to drop. That's the difference.
Exactly. Yep. 100%.
You know what I mean? If Alanga was dropped, everyone would be happy. If Gordon was dropped, a lot of people will be happy because they want to see Barnes instead. But as soon as you drop Lewis Hall and put Dan Burn at left back, boom! It's a nuclear bomb.
Yep.
I love it. Have a shot. My response to that is Fabian Schär was excellent to start the season. He was very unlucky to get concussion, which left him out the side, which then showed us the birth of Chow. Chow then doesn't deserve to be dropped. I don't know. I think the press was stirring the pot with the Schär story. I think you're absolutely right. I think he's unhappy being on the bench. Any player who's coming to the end of the career who is still in fine form would also be unhappy about being on the bench. But I think Cher now knows he is going to be rotated. But I also think Chow knows that, Botman knows that, and Dan Burn also knows that as well. I think we are so lucky to have four very good centre-backs. And I would say we have one superb centre-back at the moment in Chow. Botman could have been that, but with all his injuries at the moment, we haven't really seen the massive potential that he had before he got his injuries. So, Cher's just going to have to bide his time and he will get games. So,
we're still fighting on 4 different competitions.
Exactly.
So, we're going to need all the depth we can get.
Yeah. No idea about which keeper we should go for in Jan, to be honest with you. I really don't know. There was one, someone said, why is Ramsey getting... No, was it Ramsey or Ramsdale? It might have been about Ramsey, to be fair. But we'll go into the game and we won't talk about too much of the action because we want to talk about other aspects of it. It was a very bright start for Burnley. I was worried in the first 10 minutes because that's not like Newcastle at home. And this is where I think having that midfield three who hadn't played with each other as much, that affected our start to the game. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I thought we struggled to get going, didn't we, at the start?
100%.
I don't think even in training, I don't think you would ever see those three playing in the same 11 in a scrimmage situation or something like that. I mean, so yeah, watching the three of them kind of find each other out for those first 10 minutes was just kind of a teeth sucking kind of situation. But at the same time, as they found their feet, literally and figuratively, I think they got more comfortable. Willick's played with Bruno for years. That's not unfamiliar territory for him. Yeah. I think the added variable of Jacob Ramsey, who we know is tenacious, we know is a good ball carrier. He can move the ball, but so can Bruno. Yeah. So can Joe Willock. I was saying so could Joe Willock. So it was kind of one of those. They were still trying to figure out, okay, if I go forward, who's going to sit? That kind of thing. It was. I think it was feeling each other out, and once they kind of got a rhythm going, then we started to see our fortunes change.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing that Willock struggled a little bit with since coming back into the side is being put on the right-hand side rather than his favourite left-hand side, because that's where Jacob Ramsey plays, because he's got more of a left foot. Yep. So that is stumbled a little bit, but he seems to be grown into the role and seems to be getting better, which then begs the differ of should we be selling him, which is another question for another night, isn't it? Again, when we grew into the game, chances started coming, and obviously we hit the post. The Gordon effort, and that was a great effort, by the way, because he ducked inside, got it on his left foot and just said, sod it, and he clipped the outside of the post. And again, I want to talk about Gordon in a little bit of detail, so we'll do that now. I thought he had his best game for a long time. Scott?
I agree. He was electric yesterday. The Gordon of old, causing defences havoc, running at them. Yeah, we need to see more of that. Hopefully we see that coming through again. He was fantastic yesterday.
Oh, God, that's a question. We'll leave that one for later, mate, because we'll talk about the game.
For me, does it mean that he's completely put his hip injury behind? He looked comfortable. He looked, as Scott said, he looked electric. He looked at peace. He looked at peace. He looked like, remember the overlap interview with Gary Neville?
Yes.
That showed all of us a different side of Anthony Gordon that we weren't aware of. His whole pregame ritual of going into a room and for lack of a better word, meditating on the game that he's about to. He is seeing in his mind. He said he is seeing the game unfold in front of him. He knows what he's going to do before he's even set foot on the pitch. Is what he said. That's what he likes to do, and that's been off for a bit. I don't know if the light bulb and the change in the room where he goes to do that has changed, and it's a different color, or something's been messing with his psyche. But we have not seen that Anthony Gordon. All of a sudden, we're starting to see the Gordon that we know and love and get songs sung about. He's coming to the fore again. I think he's going to go on the boil here pretty soon, and I am anxiously ready for it.
Vinny Jr. from Real as a centre forward could be. I don't know. Charles, I messaged you. Come on the show. I said I didn't get a reply.
He's in the red light. Don't worry about it. He'll come back to us.
He's got loads of dollars, and he's flinging them around like this.
Well, Charles, you don't have to turn on the red light.
Yeah, we went like it wasn't a good ooh, it was like a ooh, really? And again, I see the benefit of selling an aging Joe Linton. The one thing I don't want to do is upset Bruno, and that's where and you shouldn't have to upset a Bruno by selling his best mate, but if it means it's the right thing for the club to go forward, he might understand it. But you know what Bruno's like, he's very emotional. Yep. So we don't want to upset Bruno at all. Right.
And we don't want to bring his other mate and we don't want to bring his other mate in.
No,
So
definitely not. That is definitely damaged goods now. That is a long time.
Yep.
Long time gone. We've got to talk about this man as well. Absolutely great performance again. And the goal. It's directly
Olympico.
I was like straight away, was that a fluke? You know, is he trying to get to the back post? And he comes up with his interview and says straight away, "Oh yeah, I meant to do it." And it was just like, okay, that was unbelievable. I mean, the whip he got on it, because it went at least 4 foot outside of the goal line, and then just swung right back in. And I tell you what, again, Gordon deserves a lot of credit for what he did, because he upset the goalkeeper in the middle. give him a little bum nudge, didn't he, just to knock him off balance a little bit. And
it had to be Martin Dubravka, didn't it?
It did, yeah. And Dubravka got nowhere near it, to be fair.
I have a report.
Go on.
The party at the pub right now is a Christmas costume party, and Martin Dubravka is currently on site dressed as Ted Lasso.
Brilliant. We need a picture.
If I can get one, I will get one.
We need a picture. That is awesome.
I had to share it as soon as I got it.
That is class.
Since we're talking about the goal and Martin Dubravka was between the sticks. I mean, if anybody's watched Ted Lasso, and I bring up Ted Lasso a lot on this program, there's part of me that's no, I'm just saying, it was Martin Dubravka playing mind games there with that goal, because good Lord, you were absolutely right. He was the skill involved in Bruno's delivery right there. And to hear him say in his post-match interview that he meant every minute of it, I was just like, okay, all right then. Because we know he's got so many tricks in his locker.
Absolutely. When you slow down some of Bruno's just little slight moves, he's so much faster than anyone around him. But he's not a quick player. His mind is just so faster than anybody else on the pitch. It's just crazy to watch. I've watched like just him, like when he squares up a defender standing in him, and he already knows what he's going to do, and the defender's just thinking, and then suddenly he's gone. And then he's chasing shadows. It's just unbelievable. Scott, did you think it was a fluke to start with, or did you think that was just greatness?
I mean, do you know what it is? It's just greatness, and it's just a king in his castle, isn't he? Look at him there, man.
I love that picture.
Absolute king in his castle. Yeah, I mean, I do believe he knew what he's doing, but like you say, I think Gordon needs credit as well. He just didn't expect it. And obviously this new set piece coach and everything looks like it's starting to pay off.
That was my next thing, right? There's so many, and even in our group, people were saying, this set piece coach, he hasn't done much at the moment. I'm like, you're kidding, right, aren't you? He was like, yeah, we've scored like 2 headers, and that's because of Malik Jarwin. We've won a penalty from a corner. I'm like, right, but look at every corner we're taking now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows their job. It's not just men standing in the box waiting for the ball to come in now. There's certain trigger movements, and everyone goes at the same time, and everyone's moving around. There's lots of different cogs going now. The set piece coach is working his magic.
Yeah.
I saw that against Spurs the other day, because we had I think 2 or 3 corners in quick succession. I mean, they would go out, and then we had another corner and another corner. Each time we set up for a corner, the positioning was different. There was the one where all of our tall players were at the back post. So Voltemade and Byrne and Chow were all lined up at the far post, ready to do something. Then all of a sudden, the next corner, Byrne's on the penalty spot, it was. You can see that these moves are being drilled into them. That the set piece, that the sets. Martin Mark is making his mark. Aha. There, I finally said it. On the squad. He's leaving his mark on the squad, because we're finally seeing the fruits of that labor.
Yeah, we'll come to that later on, Charles, because that's obviously a big talking point. But yeah, honestly, I think he's working his magic. I think it's going to take a while to see other stuff. But the fact we now look uniformed as a team at corners and free kicks, and we know what we seem to be doing, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I honestly think he's doing some great work, and I think everyone who doesn't think he is, I think they need to go back and watch all the corners in the last at least 3 games, and then go back maybe a few, like start the season and have a look at the shape and how they're all set up and how different it is. It's subtle, but it's there. You can see it. It's crazy. But Bruno 1-0. Absolutely fantastic.
I love that celebration when he picks up the corner flag and holds, like Scott said, a king in his castle. He's just, and it's imperious. You can see wherever he does it in any corner of the ground, he has the crowd eating out of his hand.
He does.
The only thing that drives me nuts, the only one that drives me nuts is when he is the pointing at the back of the name, at the back of the jersey. I'm like, don't be Jamie Tart. I snuck another one in. Yeah, I said, just don't do that. But we all know it's a different flavor. We know it's not a look at me. It's a I'm doing this for you. We know that because he is, again, one of the only players I've ever seen come from South America who's walked into St. James's Park and gets it from minute 1. Yeah. He has understood the psyche and I truly believe if you cut him, he would bleed black and white. You would see it.
I didn't know that. It's a bookable offence, apparently. Did he get booked for it?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'll go look. Let me go see if he got a yellow.
Yeah. Bruno said, "I've never."
Maybe so, but maybe not in our house.
Yeah. I love it. Bruno said, I've never done that before in my career. It was an unbelievable, beautiful goal. I don't know I was the first Newcastle player to score from a corner in the Premier League either. Apparently Gaza might have done it, or someone might have done it back in the day.
Robbie Elliott.
Was that in the Premier League?
Yes, but because it was... Hold on. I read it. I read the reasoning. There was an asterisk. It was on... Yeah, I'll tell you. Go ahead. I'll find it. I'll tell you what it was.
The next thing, apparently, we actually practiced it in training this week. I had to celebrate with a corner flag as one of my 10 celebrations. What a quote.
Robbie Elliott scored direct from a corner kick against Derby County at the Lees' End in April 1997. But the goal was officially given as a Russell Holt own goal as the keeper comically palmed it towards the goal and it went in off the post.
That's a shame.
So this was a legitimate Olympico because the keeper got nowhere near it.
Yeah, exactly. He was not even close to it, was he?
Nope.
But the next, obviously, massive talking point, the sending off. Now, this is why I've always maintained and always said, and I will keep saying it, and I will die on this hill. Gordon is a better player than Harvey Barnes. And we saw that in the sending off. Harvey Barnes would drift in, but does Harvey Barnes pick that pass out? That Gordon did. That through ball was absolutely superb. That was a Bruno through ball. That's how good it was. And it sent Elanga racing through. He took a great touch. Had he not been taken down, he probably would have missed. So we're probably grateful to the defender. But he might have scored. He might have rounded the keeper and put it away. I don't know. But that pass from Gordon was just unbelievable. It was almost as good as Willock's against Spurs. But no one's topping that one, to be fair. Scott, your first thoughts about that action? I just thought it was just unbelievable.
I mean, the vision, the pass, the weight on the pass, absolutely fantastic. Elanga for actually being there as well. We are starting to see glimpses of Elanga getting better.
Yeah, I thought Elanga was
sort of hoping though he would round the keeper and get his first goal and get that monkey off his back. But yet again, no, we did the McKipper with that one. Loved it.
Yeah. Dan, your thoughts on that goal? Well, not goal, sorry, on the sending off.
No.
Beautiful.
Scott was dead on there. Nope, I have nothing more to add.
Eddie Howe has. I thought he was our best player today. I thought he brought the threat for us, direct running, showed his pace, showed his technical quality. I'm very, very pleased with him today. He's had an important spell. 6 goals this season now. Obviously, he scored more in the Champions League. And Bruno's now got 5, which I think is absolutely incredible. Because we've always been crying out for our midfielders to help out, and they certainly started to help out. So 5 goals this season for Bruno as well. Then we come to the penalty. I mean, it's a bit comical, isn't it, really, when you think about it? The ball was swung in. The defender is expecting Voltemeda to come running out at him and hit him. So he puts his hands out to like stop him, and then suddenly the ball's in them. And as soon as the ball hit his hand, Bruno just went. And I mean, it really was. I mean, VAR had no option, did the
No. It was. I'm sorry, I've been distracted. I'm getting more texts.
Didn't know that. Alanga's become a dad. There we go.
Yep.
Happy
Yesterday.
Days.
Yep.
Happy
So
days.
the fact that his partner was in hospital, probably right around the corner, at the RVI.
Another Geordie.
With another Geordie lad. So yep. Look, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a penalty. And then when he stuck it away, I mean, everyone's arguing, Voltemeda should be taking penalties. But Gordon, when he's on the pitch, is our penalty taker. So he's always going to take it. And he smashed it away, didn't he, Scott? It was a great penalty.
It was, do you know what it is? I mean, like Dan was saying before, that dark room, he must have changed the bulb or something, because he just looked absolutely cool, calm, collected. And I've got no worries about him stepping up for a penalty at all. Even with Voltemada on the pitch and what he did earlier in the season, Gordon was fantastic. Coolest man in the room. Brilliant.
I do think it was kind of funny that the two of them were standing over the spot, and that Big Nick was letting him. Come on, Nick. Come on. Yeah. I got to add to mine too. Come on, you can't have all of them.
Well, Trippier started that, didn't he, a couple of years ago? And they've just carried on doing that, where the penalty taker steps away, lets everything settle. And the great thing about it, he calmed himself. He did the Harry Kane where he blew his hair out and just played his mind. Bang! I know where I'm putting this.
I was about to mention that too. You could see when that last exhale, he was like, this is going in. No doubt.
It was superb. And that put the icing on the cake in the first half, to be fair. Down to 10 men. Could have scored a few more, which has been our problem, but 2 in the first half, great. Down to 10 men, Burnley, can't see them coming back. However, now, first of all, you've got to give Burnley a lot of credit, because Scott Parker obviously had a great team talk. He set the team up very, very well. I think the sending off actually stopped us from scoring more goals yesterday, because they just had everyone behind the ball. They knew they were just going to defend. They didn't really have the outlet. They didn't have anyone really up front to carry on. They just said, right, come and get us. We're going to defend. We're not going to allow you to hammer us, because goal difference makes a massive difference at the end of the season. And that made it difficult for us, because it was a really low block and we couldn't get past it. If they had 11 on the pitch, they might have been a bit more open. And then that would have given us a bit more space, wouldn't it? Gordon hits the crossbar from an unbelievable strike. I thought, that's when you know it's not your day from scoring loads of goals, when one player hits the post twice. It's like, come on. And that was a great effort.
Everybody in the pub, when that one went off the crossbar, everybody went, wait a minute.
Superb.
He meant every inch of that one too. So
he did. Massively. Which a lot of people say, I didn't really mean that, but you meant that one. This man comes on, finally, Wissa has come back to the Premier League, as The Rock would say it. So Johan Wissa making his debut today. He becomes the 1,000th player to play for Newcastle in the league.
Don't tell me that wasn't planned.
The other one was Johan Wissa gets his first minutes as a Newcastle United player for 96 days since he signed for the club on transfer deadline day.
I saw a lovely meme that said, And Vissa's only played 19 minutes, and he's only one goal behind.
Behind
He who shall not be named.
I did see that. That was actually brilliant, as usual. Yeah, very, very good. But we did our usual, didn't we? So everything's rosy, everything's fine. And then suddenly we get into the 90th minute and everything starts to panic for some reason. You're 2-0 up. The board goes up 3 minutes. And when we give away a soft penalty on the 92nd minute. Now it's a penalty. We're not going to discuss it. It's a penalty. He puts his arm out. The ball hits it. He's stopping it from going goalwards. There's nothing you can do about that. Tucks it away. 93rd minute. There was only 3 minutes on the clock. How the fuck did we get to 99 minutes? That it felt like the referee was playing until Burnley scored again, and then he realised how bad they were, so he blew the whistle because he was bored of waiting for them to score. That's what it felt like. But there was a couple of incidents in that 7-minute period. Wissa went clean through on the right-hand side with one defender. He had Alanga in the box waiting. I thought that was a wasted chance.
Mm-hmm.
Should he have drilled it across the box and then he might have got there? He just lobbed it over, didn't he? Or should he have run in the corner like Tonali did and then give away a free kick? And then when Tonali gave away the free kick, we give another free kick away. And then suddenly we're all panicking because we're all inside our own box.
Yeah.
And what is it with our team and defending the back post?
Sounds like a problem. Sounds like a problem for the set piece specialist to drill into them.
Well, it was.
We've been concentrating on the attacking set pieces. Now we have to concentrate on the defending ones.
They didn't allocate. They said 3 minutes, and then suddenly there was 9.
It was 9. Baz.
I thought someone said 3 minutes to me.
No. When the board went up, it was 9.
Oh, was it? Well, I wasn't. I was watching it on I was watching it on this screen. So,
but Baz, to be fair, it was.
Where did you get 9 minutes from?
We were all wondering that in the pub, but at the same time, when the whistle finally blew, it was like we were in the 11th minute.
I thought it was.
I mean, I'm just sitting there watching, looking at my watch, looking at the clock on the screen, going, we're well past this. It didn't take this long to award the penalty. So what are we doing here?
Oh God!
Oh, Harry has just been pounding us with comments.
Shearer. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
But there are so many other great ones as well. The back post incidents, obviously you mentioned the set piece course. It was actually from open play when the ball came in.
Yeah.
But 2 Burnley players at the back post completely free. Now, I watched the game today between Palace and Fulham.
Yep.
And there was no space at the back post when the ball went in. There was defenders everywhere. So I don't understand why we suddenly hit a panic button when we've got such leaders on the pitch like Shaw, like Chow. Why is it happening? We literally could have been booming tonight, thinking we've dropped another 2 points in a game that we should never have got anywhere near dropping 2 points. So I just don't get it. Is it a mentality thing?
100%. 100% a mentality thing. It has to be.
So, I agree. The question is, have you noticed we've been starting to use our full complement of subs quite a bit? We'll bring on 2 players at a time. We've done several times this season. We did like a triple or quadruple substitution at the same time. Is it just a question of, does everybody know what they're supposed to be doing? Does everybody, who's come on going, okay, no, I know normally, in training, we've got you at the front post, but tonight you're supposed to be on the back post. Don't you remember that? We talked about that. I wonder if it's just like a mentality thing, but I'm wondering if there's a certain bit of scrambling that people are just kind of like, oh shit. So we just, like you said, a panic. We just need to take it down a notch. Just everybody take a breath, deal with it. What? Email Baz. Yep. Sorry, I saw that one and was trying to keep up as well. Canny, yes, Andy Cole was a Canny 9. So was our guest at our talk-in February. You know, Super Mac. You know, and then there was another one where someone was asking the question. It was a Harry who asked, between the Olympico yesterday from Bruno and Papi Cissé's against Chelsea, which was the better goal? And my answer is going to be, okay, good. All right, go.
I've got it starred. So
Okay.
I've got a few questions for later on.
Good.
I've worked out how to do that now. Yes, just email that and I'll find out if I can do it for you. I'm more than happy. We also would probably need Mackham to come on and talk about the game if obviously you're sensible. We do like sensible people on this channel. And have a bit of fun as well at the same time. So I mean, again, it was just I nearly had a heart attack at work. Nearly had a heart attack. It was that bad. I mean, I was out on Tuesday night for the Spurs game in a pub and I had to watch it on my phone because nobody at work likes Newcastle, obviously. And they all understood why I get so upset at football games now. I mean, I've got a Liverpool fan I talk to all the time called Ben, and he's just like, I was like, Ben, you must be absolutely devastated today. He went, why? We drew. I don't let football ruin my day. Like, what? I was like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're a Hall fan. He doesn't actually realize what it's like to be, you know, from an area where there's only one club and all that sort of stuff. So, do you know what I mean? Also, mate, just drop me an email and we'll sort it out. Let's get back to the show because obviously we won and you lost. So
you just had to turn it just a little.
I had to turn the knife in a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little.
Yeah, there you go, Paul.
Eddie Howe said after the game, that was uncomfortable ending for us. Certainly a lot to learn. And the beauty is we're learning from a victory behind us rather than a negative result. So we have to improve our management of games at the later stages. And today nearly cost us. And it did. I mean, this would be a very, very different show had we conceded in that last minute. Because I don't think I would have been able to stay calm, to be honest with you. But I will say one thing. It's not Eddie Howe's fault.
No.
Eddie Howe put a team out to win that game and to win it well.
With an eye for Wednesday. Yep, agreed.
With an eye for Wednesday. With an eye for the next week as well.
Yep.
Well, there we are. We were disappointed how we played. I mean, everyone says we didn't play that well. I don't understand that. I thought we actually, again, like Spurs, dominated the game. Created enough chances to score enough goals. Unbelievable that as well. One of my work colleagues' little boy was a mascot and loved it. It's just great watching them squirm. But this were the stats. I mean, how can you say we played badly when we had 17 shots in total? The problem is we only had 7 on target. 7 off target. It was a few blocks. Look at the passes. 587 passes to their 554.
To your point, Baz, you know, once upon the red card, once they had a player sent off, you could tell they went to a bunker and just said, you know, fine, we're going to give you the ball. We're just going to make sure you don't score on us. So 17 shots with only 7 on target. I think Burnley was successful in what they set out to do.
Yeah, they were. I thought Burnley executed their game plan perfectly, which was just stay in the game somehow. Even at 2-0, if we can nick one back, we'll try and cause a problem at the end of the game. And they certainly did that. So I've got to give Scott credit.
I was just about to say the same thing. You know, Scott Parker, for me, you know, what was his first managerial job at Fulham?
Yes.
And then he went to Bournemouth. So there was a little, you know, someone, I think it was Sky Sports may have been. There was a post on social media where like, you know, all the managers who were facing their previous clubs and everything. Well, no, but and then Eddie Howe was also facing Burnley, and there were people who were like, wait a minute, he bossed Burnley for one season. When he walked away from Bournemouth, there was an opportunity he couldn't pass up to go to Burnley, and then his mom fell ill, and he had to come, and he decided he had to come home.
Yeah, the horrible thing about that one.
Yep.
Now, isn't that a beautiful tribute to Paul Dummett, Scott?
I mean, that just seems to be the camaraderie, the togetherness. That's just who we are now as a club. I think 5-10 years ago, you wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't have even seen the picture, to be fair. So, yeah, I think it's a beautiful tribute to him, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And he was a great servant. I'll always remember the goal against Liverpool when we were down to 10 men and he scored and put us ahead. I'll always remember the goal against Man United at St James.
His first.
Yeah, when we drew 3-3. Thunderbolt into the top corner. Took a big deflection, but no one needs to talk about the deflection now, do we? Congratulations, Paul Dummett, on a fantastic career, and we wish him all the best in his next steps. You will never see a Macam in Cologne. Wearing it, yeah. Oh man, stop it! We're a nice channel, Blade. We're a nice channel. We don't do things like that.
The only thing I want to say about that picture.
Go on.
It's because I'm friends with Serena, the photographer.
Yeah, the photographer. Yeah.
You know, I gave her shit on before the Spurs match because we only get those pictures when we win.
Yeah. Before
the Spurs match, I said, "All right, come on." Because of the post earlier in the day, I said we have to see Dan Burn in the front. With the whole Dan Burn always at the back. So then when we drew. I followed because, she gave me a little laughing emoji and then I came back to her and I said, fine, against Burnley then. Well, he's not at the back, but, he's not in the front either. I was just like, come on, we got to just lay him sideways, have him lay down with his arm on the elbow or something like that. Just put the man in the front of the photo for once.
You might be saving it for when he scores his next goal.
There you go. That would be great. Yeah.
And then he should be held long ways.
By everybody holding the ball.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem is, you probably still wouldn't fit in the picture, would he?
Exactly. You need the wide angle lens, and you still wouldn't be able to do it. It's either his feet or his head. One of the two.
It'd be a pano picture.
Yeah.
Cheers, Harry. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir.
It is a
cool ho ho ho.
Green giant.
It's not the season for green beans. But yes, I know what you were saying.
Luke Edwards put out a good tweet, and I thought I would read this one out because I completely agree with it. And it's kind of what we said at the start of the show, but I've got round to it now. Before anyone gets upset about Burn playing at left back, Lewis Hall has been unwell this week. They've got to rotate the team at the moment and rest the below makes sense in the context. So obviously someone put out the team sheet, saw Dan Burn, everyone starts going off it. You've got to understand why, and some people don't, do they?
But it goes back to, as we said the other night, Baz, that may be a hint at where we might be looking to bring in a little bit of depth in January if the right target presents itself, if the right opportunity is there. We all know when Lewis Hall is fit and well, he's our number one left back. So whoever you're going to be bringing in has to be understanding that they are going to be playing second fiddle to Lewis Hall, but should be planning to be the guy in front of Dan Burn, just so everybody knows. And that's no stick at Dan Burn, none at all. We want someone who will be a better backup at left back than Dan Burn has been asked to be. I think those were the words that I was asking for.
Absolutely. Thanks, Big Nick. We do try our best to not lose our heads when things go wrong. We just like to talk about the game, don't we? And understand why things went wrong. He's also doing a food advert for Rooftop. Thank you, Dan.
Big Dan Burn, little small plates.
Yeah. Oh man. Right, we'll go back to the saved one. So I still think need to go into January and get a keeper and a striker at least. And a left back.
And a left back.
I don't think we go for a striker now.
Now that Wiss is available.
Yeah. And
But if we sell Asula,
I still don't think we need one. I think we wait till the summer.
Do you not think though that they're going to come at a premium though in January for a striker?
Exactly.
You're gonna
That's
pay
my point.
over the odds, and you're probably not going to get anybody better than what we've got. I'd stay away from strikers in January. That's a summer job, that one.
Yeah.
and no one's going to come in on loan and say,
No.
I'm coming in a World Cup year to sit on the bench behind
Yeah.
Wissa and Voltamade.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I agree with that. Yep.
And we all know who I want. Samu.
Yeah,
That's
Samu.
going to cost a lot of money. And I think that's a January signing, to be fair.
Go back. That last comment was, hey, you never know, man. That
He
that
couldn't
last-
lace Murphy's boots.
No.
watch, they'll try a part exchange as well. We'll pay you 100 million plus Mo Salah for Jacob Murphy.
I love it. For this one, we definitely cover for left back. I'm not too sure about right back. It all depends on Trippier's injury. I don't know what's going on with that at the moment. Ed, thank you so much for that, for the super sticker.
Thank
If
you,
anyone else
Edward.
would like to donate, bottom right-hand corner, it keeps the channel running for free. And then anything spare, we look to get a guest on and then donate the money to charity. Whereabouts are we up to? Oh, God, there's so many comments coming in. Sorry, guys, I can't keep up.
You're good.
Between the 31st of December, we sit fifth. I honestly think we could be sitting fifth, to be fair. I'm not ruling it out. Before we go into the rest of the questions, because I have saved the questions, guys, the good ones, not like, the really good ones.
Yeah.
We'll quickly do this. Diacro, Spinny and Family, amazing little company they've got. They do loads of stuff. Link in the description. Baz 20 for 20% off.
The Macam Slayer model is not for sale. Anybody asking that question needs to stop.
I really should stop bombarding them about that, shouldn't I? The Geordie Land experience, double Warder winning Sparky with his tours and everything. He is a man on a mission. If anyone's coming across, or even in the Northeast, if you want to learn more about the history and everything, check Sparky out, because he's a top lad and it's a top business. And then we've also got Prince Charming. They do amazing prints. They do loads of signed stuff. They cut keys. They do everything. They frame shirts, but they've got loads of merchandise. We're talking Newcastle. We're talking other clubs. We're talking movie memorabilia. We're talking music memorabilia. It is all there in Wallsend. Get yourself down there and also find their group on Facebook. Link is in the description for that. And then finally, we have Supermac in Gibbo at Newcastle Benfield Football Club, and thank you to them for putting the venue on for free. Cheap drinks. Supermac's donating what his fee would have been for the night to the charities. Gibbo's doing it for free. Grim Bailey's doing it for free. We are doing it for free like we always do. We just want to get all Geordies together to have a cracking night listening to two absolute legends, and then us free reprobates at the bottom. There's an email address at the bottom to email us for a link to buy tickets. It's all done legitly, which makes my life a lot easier than taking money and trying to donate it. It just goes straight into a pot, and then that pot can then be transferred to the right areas. There's the QR code. So if you scan that now, it will take you to the right place. And it's £15 a ticket to listen to two legends and have some cheap drinks. And then
And the best part about it is they're mates. Know that they're going to be taking the piss out of each other, which will be so much fun to watch.
Soon, Leslie, soon. I don't know, though. I'm tired. It'll be soon. You need to make a... Oh, God, no. Oh, thanks, Edward. We try. Honestly, it doesn't matter if it doesn't take off. All we're doing is enjoying it. I mean, we would like it to, but at the end of the day, as long as some people are enjoying it, we enjoy talking it, we enjoy getting together and doing it.
Yep.
And that's the main thing.
It's about the love of this club. Exactly. It really always has been. Yep.
If you could sell any Newcastle player and bring someone to Newcastle, who would it be and why? Scott, any ideas?
Oh, God.
It's a tough one, that one, isn't it?
Do you know what I'm going to say? And it might be unpopular. I don't know. Possibly Joe Linton.
That has been mentioned already tonight. So,
I think it's because we'll get some money for him.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes he's a liability. But he hasn't been recently. But yes, Joelinton for me.
I think he's got his head screwed on now. I think the last couple of times when he's seemingly gone off the boil and looked to be problematic on the pitch, and I think there's this. That's a good one, Blade. Oh, that's good.
That would be the greatest upgrade in history.
Oh, jeez, Louise. I also think that one's hard because I love all of them dearly. Could we get is there any value in Kraft? Going somewhere? Is there any value in Trippier? I mean, if someone from the continent came in January, listen. If someone on the continent came in January and said, "Look, we want to take Trippier for £5 million," is his leadership worth £5 million to us?
I would say yes.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying that if there were options, I just can't see Eddie doing it because Trips
5
is in
million
his.
is not a lot now, is it? That's the thing. 5 million is like pocket change, isn't it? Really,
right? But we bought him 4 years ago for 12.5 million.
Yeah,
and he's 35 now. But I think the Prem is just a little bit fast and tumble for him right now. And that's no slight against Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier has been a leader for us. We see what we're missing on the pitch when we don't have our first choice people available. He has an ability to just get everybody to stop panicking and everything, just bring the level down. Again, he has said in interviews he would be willing to drop down the leagues as long as he gets to keep playing. I don't see him going off to Saudi. I don't see that. But I could see him say, you know what? I played in France. I played in Spain. I could see him say, let me give France a try. I could see him say, let me give Germany a try. I don't know. We'll see. I can't see anybody going out. I can't see us selling Joe Willock at this point. I can't see us selling Joe Linton. Joe Linton, how much would you sell Joe Linton for? 50 million?
He's 29 now, so you'd want 40 at least.
I think you're going to get possibly 35, 40. But like I say, not that I want to sell him. I think we need to, because he is very important to Eddie, and I get that. To be honest with you, I'd like to keep them all. I don't think there's anybody that I would go, do you know what it is? You're out the door, son, because I think everybody is putting in a shift. They all seem very loyal to the club. I just love to bring some more in to strengthen some positions and give some people maybe a nudge up the backside to say, like, how lads, you need to put in a shift.
Yep.
No, I get the thing. We're trying to go back to Trips very quickly. I'd like to see him get one more year, then retire and become a coach.
Agreed. 100%. And he's settled in the area. I think that's why we would see him. I think he would jump at the chance to be a coach at our club.
And he could potentially be a manager in the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you ask me the question, who should we sell and who shouldn't? I mean, we've got to stop being sentimental, I think, is one of the things that we as a fan base, we've fallen in love with these players. We want to see these players win the league. We know that's not going to happen because some of them aren't good enough. It depends on the reason and why we're selling them. Are we selling someone because we're going to bring a better player in and we need the money to do that because of PSR? Then you would have to look at a Harvey Barnes, a Willock, or a Joe Linton. If we're just selling someone to make space, then you're right about Kraft. Trippier potentially because of his age as well. Still need to get rid of Target. Remember, I don't know how many years he's got.
This is the last one, and when the season's over, he's on a free. It's good.
Yeah. So I mean,
those wages will come off. Those purported wages will come off our wage bill.
Yeah. So it's a tough one. I know Barnes is our highest scorer, and I get it, but you've got Gordon and Barnes fighting for the same position. It's great to have that, and you need that. You need the strength and depth. So, but I'm just thinking, are you selling Barnes to bring in a better player? Then, that's the only reason why. it's so tough because some people like certain players, some people don't like certain players, and you're always going to step on someone's toes, aren't you? So there we go. Right, we'll go back to this one. Joey had a good question. I have a question, though, for Dan, Baz, and Scott. Between Bruno's goal yesterday and Cissé's one against Chelsea, which one do you guys think was more mind-blowing? Scott?
Personally, Cissé's Chelsea, it was, I mean, the hit was just unreal. I've got to go Cissé's 100%.
It defied the laws of physics. I mean, we're just sitting there. I remember a meme at the time of someone explaining how physics works and everything like that. And it's like, so when Cissé hits the ball this way, and all of a sudden, it was a cartoon where all of a sudden the guy was spitting out on the screen and WTF. It was that one. We've seen Olympicos. We've seen great players score Olympicos. We have never seen a goal like that before. And to this day, it's one of those, how the hell did he manage that?
You keep seeing it every now and again, don't you? Pop up and you just think, God, how did he just hit it? Like, it was just a beaut.
Well,
and I go back to it was off his shoulder's chest. It was just like, boop.
I'm going to play it in your head now.
It was Demba Ba to Cissé. I remember it. I was in the pub. I was getting drunk. That's
why you don't remember it right, because Demba Ba wasn't on the pitch. Shola came on for him. Yep.
Sure. Damn it.
Yep.
I'm sure
it was Ryan. It was Ryan Taylor's throw-in.
Yeah.
Yep. Shola chested it down to Cissé, and Cissé hit it out with the outside of his right boot. And I just, to this day, just watching Peter Cech go, and then seeing Pardew and Didier Drogba looking at each other, and Drogba was like, "Holy!"
Yeah.
And Pardew was just like, "Hey, have you seen a?" And I think the commentator at the time of that game said, "Have you ever seen a better 2 goals from a single striker in a single match?" And he goes, "No, I haven't."
Yeah.
Probably the greatest brace ever.
And the fact that he ran over to the fact that the Newcastle fans were right there in that corner so that he could go and celebrate. I just remember him putting, you remember the old warm up that we used to do, Scott, when you had to do the knee raises and you had to, to hit the bottom of your palms. I mean, that's almost what Cissé was doing to the corner. And I just remember seeing some of the Stamford Bridge fans, some of the hand gestures that were being thrown at Cissé at that moment. I just remember just going, put it out of your mind, mate. Just, you just scored a worldie, and everyone knows it. And the fact that there are sometimes when, the 10 best goals in Premier League history or something like that, there are times when I see that one pop up in the teens, and I'm sitting there going, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No way.
I remember the bench as well, because someone was waiting to come on and Pardew was shocked. The Chelsea player looked at Pardew and went, what the fuck?
It was Drogba. It was Didier Drogba. Right, Drogba looked at Pardew, and Pardew just kind of shrugged and goes, what?
What just happened? Yeah,
it was fantastic.
Incredible. There's one more thing I want to quickly discuss. By the way, Cissé's goal is better than Bruno's for all the same reasons everybody said. It was just
Bruno's goal was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The first time we've seen an Olympico, as it's already been stated, the first time that an Olympico has been scored in Prem history. And think about that, gentlemen, for just a minute. The Prem is 33 years old this year.
Yeah.
The first Olympico to be scored in 33 years. And if you think about the number of players who have played in the Prem.
No. I think it's been done before for other teams. It's never been done for Newcastle before.
Oh, for Newcastle's first Olympico.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure there's other teams who have done it, to be fair.
Thank you for that correction, because I'm sitting there, I was mind blown by that statistic. So thank you. Thank you for putting me straight.
It's happened before. So 2 more topics before we go. Summary of Tino Livramento, Anthony Elanga training ground bust-up at Newcastle. So there was a bust-up, apparently. But it was handbags at best. So basically, Tino complained about Anthony Elanga's how should we say, his energy, his willingness to defend, which we have seen, especially against Spurs in the last minute, where he didn't put his body on the line to try and head that ball that was shinned into the bottom corner. So apparently there was an exchange of words, but that was about it, really. Eddie Howe was actually very pleased that they cleared the air, the bust-up happened, because I think it might have kicked Elanga up the backside to say, your standards right now are not good enough.
Yeah.
This is what your team expects of you. And it also showed to Eddie Howe how much of a leader Tino's starting to turn into now. He's grown into a man from a boy, and he's stamping himself down as probably going to be the best right back we've ever had. And Kieran Trippier is that at the moment, but over time, Tino is definitely going to take that away from him. Oh yeah, I'll best Trippier. I was there. So that was about the bust up. There was no disciplinary action taken.
Can we say, given the news that we've had in the last 24 hours, I think Elanga's head may have been somewhere else as well.
Potentially.
Yeah. Potentially, yeah.
Maybe he dawdled just a little bit, in training that day, and Tino was saying, hey, head the game, mate. I just, it's, but Ant had other things on his mind, and as of yesterday, we know why. So.
Oh, Dave's asked a question: which is the better goal, Cisse versus Chelsea, Tonali v Brentford? Still Cisse, and the reason being, Tonali came out and said he didn't mean it. So that is why. I mean, Tonali's was a rocket, but he says he didn't mean it. I still think he did mean it, but yeah.
And Nuba
goals.
And Nuba just put exactly the point that I just made into words. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you mentioned,
and he had a great game yesterday.
He did. So, I thought he was very. I mean, again, there's a lot of people online using Elanga as a scapegoat. It used to be Murphy, now it's Elanga. People need to stop it. It's terrible. Tonali's very humble. That is very true. In the words of Roy Keane, why he isn't having the beer.
That's
his job, man.
That's just one of the many problems I have with Roy Keane. There are things that he comes up with that are hilarious, but at the same time, just like, Jesus Christ, man, don't be a Neanderthal.
He is so funny, though, isn't he? Oh man, he makes me laugh.
Roy, go back to what Nubadoc says. Oh, Roy Keane, the voice of sympathy.
Get up, man! He just tapped you after being booted in the face.
Yeah. Did he say that to Alfie Holland?
I think so. Yeah. There was a few choice words said that night, wasn't there? Right. This is the one you've been waiting for, Dan, the last one of the night. So I know this is completely off topic and away from the game, but for Arnie Lost to come out and say that Isak is struggling because we don't have a profile player like Jacob Murphy is just basically shat on Salah and basically shat on the rest of the team, saying that you're too greedy. You aren't like Murphy, who is a team player who passes the ball to Isak, and Isak scores goals. And it also just shows that we've been absolutely correct for the last 2 months telling Liverpool, you bought the phone, but you haven't bought the charger.
Yep, 100%. You've got that brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max, the big one, but you forgot to buy the charger. So it's just dead weight, mate. No, you're absolutely right. And for me, I just think the hypocrisy here for me is also, everybody giving us shit about the Rat during the summer when he made his comments saying, there were things promised to me. I want to do this. I want to do that. And people said I could have that and I'm not getting it. So therefore I don't want to. Well, now Salah's having a bit of a moan at Liverpool as well, saying, I agreed a new contract. I don't expect to be on the bench. And just because I'm not playing well, that just means that the team isn't playing well. The whole thing smacks of a club in disarray. They brought in £500 million worth of players this last summer, and they're not doing what's expected. But again, Slot, talk about piss poor man management. I'm just awful. And to make a comment like that, while it may be true, to say, look, do you see how unselfish Jacob Murphy is? He is a team player. The fact that we've got so many guys in our squad that aren't, just smacks. For me, it it was unfortunate that it was said, or it had to be said, or he felt it needed to be said. And for me, I'm just laughing about the whole thing. I just think it's hilarious. Over.
Scott?
I think it's absolutely, like you say, it's absolutely hilarious. They're getting a bit of their own medicine now, aren't they? They're in an absolute... It's funny to watch. It's absolutely hilarious to watch. Salah's gone in January. That's it. Saudi Pro League. 100%.
I just hope they don't spend over the odds on him to help Liverpool out, because that would really make me angry. Now, I know there's a lot of, and I've said a lot, that you can't stop players from going to Saudi League just because the PIF own our football club. They also own 4 clubs in that league. They need that league to grow, to make it bigger, to become profitable, and to be worth actually setting up. So them buying players, they're not thinking about stopping us from growing or vice versa. It's
then play market value. That's the thing I've always had a problem with. You don't spend 80 million on Jordan Henderson.
Oh no,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really annoys me. And if they went and said to Liverpool, here's 100 million for Salah, I'll be thinking, why the hell is he worth 100 million after the season he's having right now? The age he's at, he's not. And the only problem with fair market value is it basically only affects us, because we're the only team that has any dealings with the PIF.
Yeah.
PIF don't have anything to do with Liverpool, so Liverpool can say what they want, which a lot of people also don't understand. That fair market value isn't, from PIF to Liverpool to Arsenal to Man City. They can charge whatever they want because they've got no dealings with them, no sponsorships, no part ownership of the club. Yeah. It's only with us. It's like if Man City tried to buy someone from one of their parent clubs and then try to overprice it, then they would get done for doing it as well. So it's just a pain in the backside, really. That whole, I mean, God rest his soul, but they need to lay off the Jota stuff, don't they? Saying, the reason why they did so well at the start of the season was because of Jota. Now the reason why they're losing so many games is because of the effect that Jota has had. You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways, guys. You really can't. And
then in that case, we should bring up Christian Natsu. Come on.
Yeah,
exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's just frustrating. But anyway, it's quite funny to see Liverpool struggling, especially all those people that were messaging me when they got Isak and said, we're going to win the league, we're going to do this, we're going to dominate this. You're going to win fuck all this season. Fuck all.
I did get irritated. I had to put a comment in somebody else's, in another YouTube channel's comments. There was one of those ones where the pictures keep going across the screen, and it was all the famous footballers' deaths. And I just remember watching, and the cause of death. So but a whole bunch of them, and it was from players that were as young as 19, 20, all the way up to players that were in their 80s, and we're talking Pele and all that. But I remember watching the whole thing and seeing Christian Natsu was listed, Diego and his brother were both listed. But what got my ire was a certain Geordie keeper, and we'll call him a Geordie keeper, that passed away at the age of 49 of a heart attack. Wasn't in that. I was just like, Pavel Cernicek needs to be in that list, and I made a comment saying, get on it. He needs to be added there.
Yeah, and the sad news about Xhaka as well.
Yeah,
absolutely horrible. We hope he. Just horrible thing. Right, last word, Scott, before we go.
I think
throwing you on the spot.
Performance in the Champions League and keep everybody fit, ready for the unwashed, and let's end this week with a really good Storm and 2 performances, and quiet them at the water down. Mind the gap. There's going to be no gap. The gap's going to be Toon top.
There you go.
Absolutely love it. Dan?
The last time we played Champions League at the Bay Arena in Leverkusen, I was there in 2003. I am very, very excited for this match. I can't wait to watch it. Bay Arena is a fantastic venue. We're going to see a wedge of black and white in that one corner, and there's again going to be nets up on both sides. So I hope we don't see an OAP hanging from the nets again. No, I agree with Scott 100%. Let's see two fabulous performances. I think this last weekend will gear these guys up for that trip to Leverkusen, and then of course there's no better, God, what's the word I'm looking for? No better
Gift. Christmas present.
Christmas present. I was a motivator. That's the word I was looking for. No greater motivator than to go over to the dark side of the region and come away with 3 points. So let's just go there. What?
Oh man, Blade.
Hey. No, so there is a question. There's obviously there's people who have come to visit the Toon during the winter. There's lots of comments about the lasses not wearing jackets, wearing short skirts, that kind of thing. Do pigeons not wear jackets in Sunderland? Just asking the question. Or seagulls, or anything. Leave the cats alone. So your beard will save you. Cheers, Nick.
Yes, thank you everyone in the chat. You made this a great show there with all the questions and everything we've been able to do. Thank you to the 2 donations as well from Harry and Edward. Thank you so much for that. It really does help in the long run. My final words are, at the end of the day, RSPCA.
Oh, Jules!
Wow.
Make a donation to the RSPCA. There you go. So,
yeah. You're absolutely
support
right.
your local RSPCA. There you go. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Guys, 10 points.
Your final
12.
comments.
10 points from 12. Why are we complaining? Why are we moaning? There's no need to be moaning at the moment. Yes, we didn't batter Burnley, but Burnley have only been battered once this season. That was against Man City when they got beat 4-1. Stop over-analysing the game. Just be happy we got 3 more points and we're in the discussion for top 5 again. And by the way, Villa are flying as well. So and we're catching everyone up. So just to enjoy it. Enjoy Wednesday. We'll see you, Dan, Tuesday. Are you doing Tuesday?
I'm around. You know where I am.
Okay.
So, that's right. Right. Scott, are you available Tuesday?
I think I am, mate. Yeah.
Okay. We could have a preview night then.
Cool. Hopefully Charles as well. I've got his number, so I can drop him a text message this time.
Well, he'll be in Leverkusen. That's the hard part.
Yeah, but it's not, he's got a mobile. He's got internet. He'll be fine.
So now I'm waiting for Charles to pull an Uncle Jack with his sunglasses on. I'm undercover
with his tash.
With his tash. That's right.
Walking around a tash. I love it. Honestly, I hope he can make it. Right. Love the show. Thank you to Scott, as always, for coming on again. Cheers, pal. Dan, amazing as always as well. But don't forget, guys, please consider buying some tickets to our amazing night. Come and meet us, but listen to 2 absolute legends for 15 quid and a cheap bar at Benfield Football Club as well.
It's a neat venue, folks. Come on and join us.
It's great. And Dan will be back on Tuesday night while I'm at work. So take care, everyone.
Night all.
Good night.